Well, this isn't the video expected, but last week was supposed to be a reset, and honestly, it was just kind of a mess. I got sick and then tried to come back too early, and my lungs just weren't there yet. I did an hour sweet spot workout, made it right at halfway through, and went ahead and called it because the lungs were feeling extra heavy. I took 2 more days off, and then I tried a threshold over under, and still felt really heavy. Made it 35 minutes into that hour and 15. But by Saturday, I felt pretty good. I went ahead and did a hike at the Grand Canyon, about 2.5 hours. It was tempo-ish pacing, pretty good movement, but nothing crazy, no running, no jumping off anything crazy, just nice and steady to get the lungs going again. Fitness wasn't really the limiter. My body just wasn't ready yet. So instead of forcing training, I gave my body the rest it needs. And with the 125 coming up, I've really got to be smart here. It's only 2 weeks away from today. So I'm not just trying to survive the 125. I'm trying to ride it well. I'm trying to make sure I've got my pacing, fueling right, and all my gear needs, from camera equipment to the correct amount of fuel for the entire ride. I'm trying to ride to my fitness, not my ego. I'm not trying to prove anything early in the ride. If I go out too hard, even by 10 or 20 watts, it's already over. So I didn't really introduce those first two goals, but this is the third goal. So I touched on fueling, but this is the most important part. I've got a strategy for how many bottles I'm going to use. So I'm thinking it's going to take me about 8 hours. That's the main goal. I'd love to finish with anything ending with an 8 up front. With that being said, it's hard to carry enough bottles and water, especially in the desert. There's only one gas station on this route. The rest of it's a pretty barren wasteland of desert. So with only that one gas station, I have to carry everything on me. So I'm going to carry 3 Gatorade bottles and 1 bottle of water, and then about 4 packs of Clif Bloks. So this should give me about 80 grams of carbs an hour for the first 3.5 hours or so. After that point, I plan on having my wife meet me and swap me bottles and give me extra Clif Bloks, and then maybe a few camera batteries, because you guys probably want to see this ride, I imagine. The next goal I have is I'd like to learn something, whether it be how to better set up my cameras, or how many batteries I should bring on a ride like this, or just making sure I have my pacing right and how my endurance rides are going to I just kicked the camera, and how my endurance rides are going to look. Because the time I set here, even though it's 125 miles, since it is on the road, I would like to try to beat that time at Big Sugar in October when I do that race. So 100 gravel miles and 125 road miles, to me, seem pretty equal. So that's what this also is doing. And this is a really good base for what's next. I plan on racing crits most of the summer. So if I start by doing a 125-mile ride, a 30-minute to an hour crit isn't going to feel as hard. And then I'll be able to go a lot harder, and it'll be a lot more fun. So this week was about getting back on track. Just a little sneak peek into next week's video. I did get to complete my first ride back that I went into this week. I'm filming on Thursday, so it's a little late. You guys will get to see it on Friday. But the ride I did 2 days ago on Tuesday, I made it through. So we're getting recovered. It's getting back to plan. So the video next week, I'll probably just go over one ride maybe, and then likely go over the setup for the ride. So what bags I'm going to be running, show the equipment that we're using, and so forth. And then the next video should be the 125. Well, I guess for you guys it'll be 3 videos out, but for me, it's very soon. But I know it's a short and sweet video this week. Thank you guys for watching. Go ahead and throw a comment down there. Let me know if you want to see anything different next week maybe than what I have planned, just the kind of gear overview and a little bit of riding summary. Or would you like to see something entirely different? I do have another couple videos planned for after this 125 series that'll be a little more fun. So if you guys want to see anything, comparative between the bikes I have, or how hard is it to ride this ride or that ride, or can I hit X amount of elevation or X amount of mileage in a ride, let me know what you guys think. But go ahead and throw a like down there as well, and if you will, subscribe. We're getting close to 2,000. We had touched it a couple weeks ago, and now we're back below, so if you can help me out there, that would be awesome. I do this around a full-time job, and I live in my RV, which is the change of scenery we got here. We did move RV parks, still in the same town for work, but we decided to go to a park with a little bit more mountainous views. So I'll work on setting up a little bit better view for you guys next week. It is just extremely windy today, so that's why we had to film in here. It is like 35-mile-an-hour sustained winds with gusts in the 50s range. I'm surprised the RV's not rocking on the footage. The cameras are staying surprisingly still. But again, thank you guys so much for joining, and I will see you next week with a more entertaining, slightly longer video. Thank you.